Hi everyone, and welcome to the June Plan With Me. I know it's late. I actually was going to do it June 1st, and then I rescheduled it to yesterday, and then I just deleted it. So I have been, to be totally honest, incredibly sick for all of May. I think everyone knows I have cyclic vomiting syndrome, so it just comes and goes. It basically is like having food poisoning, but not getting any relief from actually getting sick. So it just comes and goes when it wants. So I don't know why I was having such a tough month, but I pretty much have just been sick all month. I didn't get a lot done, but I did still want to chat with you guys and let you know I'm still alive and talk about what I'm trying to plan for June. But just knowing like my condition, and I don't even know why it's getting worse, I've just had to make some adjustments. So let me share my screen. And I didn't announce it, so it's probably just a total miracle if you're seeing me right now live. But that wasn't intentional. It's just because just having a tough time. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share my slides with you. And I am going to, in theory, make them bigger. So I don't know if anyone's here, if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me because it's one of those things where I didn't even ask if anyone can hear me. Let's see. Let's check YouTube. I think I'm live. So there was another, was it last month? I think it was last month where I just talked on and then no one could hear me. And they were like, yeah, we can't hear anything. So let's see. Last month, where I just talked on and you can hear me. No one could hear me. There we go. There's a little bit of a delay. All right. So in theory, it's working. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I kind of changed these because of everything going on. They're really not planned with me. So they're more like month-end recaps of everything that happened for the last month. And so we're going to talk about the same things as usual. What went well, author stuff, pretty fabulous stuff, and then personal stuff. So basically I'm up to I think I read 124 books for May. So year to date, I read 116 books. My goal is to get 200 read by the end of this year. I for sure feel like I'm going to make it, especially now that I've switched over to audiobooks. So I feel really good about that. That's probably the only goal that I've have that's out there. I did record 27 videos for this month, and mostly because I've been able to, not been able to, but I've had this practice where I batch record and then I edit and I post them. So then at least that way videos are up. They never get missed. Even if I'm sick, it's just the live streams that sometimes I can't make if I'm not feeling well. So I did a lot for both of the channels that I'm actively contributing to, which is kind of funny because I don't know if anyone else is interested in YouTube, but I make the majority of my YouTube AdSense or Google AdSense revenue from this channel, from Pretty Fabulous. And I think that's because it shows more business ads versus the Lisa Latte channel, which makes nothing. We're talking like $10. And then the Lisa London channel actually makes more than that. And I think that's because that's more instructional tutorial versus the Lisa Latte is just more like a fun, it's really more like a hobby at this point of just me chatting about the books that I like to talk about. So let's go through some of the videos in case you missed them. So I went through and I ranked all of my favorite mystery movies. I don't know if you guys know this. This is pretty much all I do on weekends is watch the Hallmark movie channel. Or to be honest, sometimes I do it during the week. I actually caught up on a gazillion Hallmark movies this last month because I was sick. So I just kind of laid there on the floor and just watched Hallmark movies. What else? The Paracozy book club picks. So just let people know what the choices were because we let people vote every month. And then whatever they vote on based on that theme. And I think our theme for this month was psychics. And so we let them know what the books are that Molly and I choose. And then also what I read. So I had 10 books that I read for the first half of April. I just recorded the second half of what I read in May. And that took up I don't even know, 37 minutes. It was such a long video. This is Dial A for Auntie. So if you didn't know, May was Asian Heritage Month. And because of that, I tried to do another review. I think this one, and then also our book club of the month was another Asian book. So I really like that their own voices. But I did want to dispel the myth. Everyone was saying this is a mystery. It's even categorized as cozy mystery. It is 100% not a cozy mystery. It's a romance. This is DNF, if you've never heard of that. These are popular videos for like did not finish because life is too short to read bad books. And then I had a photo shoot last month with my friend Meg. It was my very last one. So I had prepaid for, I believe, just 2 photo shoots. But the way that my friend Camille and I stretched it out was like the very last 2, we split them. So we got 2 photo shoots out of them. They were just smaller in terms of time. So I bought some physical books so I could like pose with some physical books, but I don't know why we didn't get a lot of shots for that. I think my friend Meg wasn't into I had picked out this hotel, but she was like, we took like 2 shots. She's like, let's go. There was another hotel I think she liked better. So Crooked Lane, I did another spotlight on some new releases that they had coming up. I did a mystery game subscription box, which I actually was kind of boring. But I thought it'd be really fun. Like in theory, it sounded fun, but it was more like work. And then Courtney and I both came out with our picks. So Molly doesn't have a YouTube channel. She's not a YouTuber. So whatever her picks are for the month, I just put in my video. But obviously Courtney is a big booktuber. So we both just put the 2 books that we have. And for the first time, I shouldn't say for the first time, but for like the first time in a long while, one of the books I selected actually won for the month. Courtney has really good picks. So Lending a Paw is the book that we're going to be reading at the end of the month for the Cozy Escape Book Club. And the theme was cats for June. And then what I read, I think the other one was typo, but what I read in May. And then I did another video on just Asian like books, cozy mysteries, which there weren't a lot. There were only like 5 books. So I added some other books into there. And then cozy mystery pet peeves. And then how to find audiobook deals. Cause that's like all I read are audiobooks. I guess I should say listen to are audiobooks. So I did a video on like how I search for the best deals and try to find books for free or for not too expensive because they can be pretty pricey. Some of them are like $23 or $25. And then Molly and I did our live stream for the Paracozy Book Club. It was our first book club ever. And we read my friend Melissa's book, which is Witch for Hire. Her real name is Melissa, but her pen name is Molly Fitz. And that was cute. And then Arsenic Adobo, like I said, that was our live stream that Courtney and I did. This is, again, an Own Voices Filipino book. So it was actually really good. She did a great job of mixing in. She had Korean in there and Japanese. Like she did a ton of different ethnicities and diversity. It wasn't just, Filipino and white and that's it. So I really like that. So for the Pretty Fabulous channel, so for Memorial Day, I happened to get I always get the seasonal surprise box. I don't know if you guys know that, but like, I just have FOMO when it comes to the seasonal surprise box. Like I'm worried there's going to be something massively amazing inside that seasonal surprise box and I just have to have it and I'll be really sad without it. So I always do that box. And so I just did a really quick unboxing video. Emma Chamberlain, this is amazing. This woman has, like millions of subscribers and supposedly is worth millions of dollars. It's just fascinating to me because she quit our high school, like her junior year and just is a YouTuber, which is totally a thing now. So she happened to have a planner. So I did an unboxing of her planner, talked about ways to market planners for new ways that I think people should probably start trying to think about. We talked about planner niches in case you weren't sure, because everybody's saying do a planner with a purpose, but maybe you're not sure, or you're just not, you really want to do a planner, but you're like, every time I want to do something, I'm like, what's going to be the most profitable or what's going to be the most popular? And so I just tried to put together a video for that. I loved this planner. I really think you could DIY this one at home. This is the content planner. It's 8.5 by 11. I know it looks like it's a special size. It's not. It's just turned so that it's landscape instead of portrait. I did a tutorial on how to use deadline funnels because I mentioned that I wanted to start doing tutorials for every single product or resource or tool that I put up on my page of like top tools I use. So I don't know. It wasn't that popular. I don't know. Maybe people aren't that into deadline funnel, or maybe you just need it when you need it. So 2021 business tools. I went through everything that I use on my resource page only because it's a little overwhelming. So I just want to explain like why I use certain things and why I'm paying for certain things, and if I think it's worth it, and based on where you are in your business. Because I think a lot of tools, like for example, I use Drip for email, which is very expensive. But I think if you were just starting out, I would not use Drip. I would use something inexpensive like Flowdesk, or MailerLite, or even MailChimp. Those are all really great tools. Over here, I finally found, so this was like just lost footage. I had done an unboxing video and I was like, there's actually no unboxing to put inside of this video because I thought I lost the footage, but I actually didn't lose the footage. I had it, so I just posted this as a random video. It was so funny how much hate mail I got after I posted this unboxing. So Archer and Olive is incredibly expensive. So I'm holding up here, I think this was the Zodiac, whatever planner. I love that it was square, but there was another planner called the Wellness Planner, or the Wellness Journal, and it was literally blank. And so I said in the video, like, I can't believe this planner's blank. How, like, you know, it's $55 or whatever. And so people were so angry that I had said that. And they were like, you know, she had videos that went with it, which, yes, technically she did have videos that went with it. However, they were like filmed in her living room and they were like very off the cuff, like just kind of random. Like, I didn't feel like I got any direction from them. And so, yes, I did get the videos, but I didn't want to like trash it further. Like, these videos weren't like very good. So I just kind of left it at that. So anyways, it's really funny how like super fans, how many super fans there are for Archer and Olive. So that was an interesting unboxing. Marketing. So best card deck sales page ever. Like, if you're ever wondering how to sell your card deck, Fabula is an Italian company that did an amazing job. So I walked you through their entire sales page. We did an unboxing of their product, which really was super inexpensive. I think they're killing it. They obviously were able to ship that to me from Italy for, I think the shipping was only like $6. So it wasn't like they were trying to gouge me with international shipping. So I think they're doing a great job. VIP day. So I had paid for the VIP day for Marketer's Heart, which was an extra fee. I know a lot of people are thinking about the live, so I just wanted to go through whether or not I thought it was worth it and really what was in there for that day, in case you were wondering. I always wondered that, but I don't know why. Not a lot of people share those things about conferences, or maybe they just don't seem that interesting. This was really, I love, this is the Whitney English binder system, which I loved because it's 8.5 by 11 and it has a standard 3-hole punch. Now, Erin Condren, all the other ones, the folios, they have those weird 3 to 3 hole punchers, and you have to, you know, cut down your page. Like, I don't have that much time, right? I just want to print something on the printer and throw it into a binder so I can reference it later. So I really loved her system. There's another 8.5 by 11 binder coming out from actually Erin Condren that I pre-ordered. So we can take a look at that as well. The only other person I know who makes the 8.5 by 11 binders that are pretty is Bloom Daily Planners. But otherwise, everyone's trying to make those smaller A5 or A4 folios. I did a review on, so I have a new camera. I'm not using it right now. I'm just using my webcam, but I love this new camera. I've been using Canon ever since I started YouTube. And that's because everyone said it's better for video and it was easier to use. And then my friend Paige, who happened to be a videographer at the time, she used Canon. She's like, you should just get a Canon, right? Like, that's how most people like make decisions. And so I've only been using, I think I started out with the Canon Rebel T4 or 5 or whatever. And so now I have the 7, but then now they have the, I believe the 8 or the 9. And so I was about to like, I was like, well, maybe I should upgrade. And then I was like, you know, maybe I should look at Sony, because everyone's been talking about how great Sony is. My friend Jess, if you ever watch her channel, Jessica Stansbury, she switched over to Sony. And so we were chatting about it. She's like, you should definitely switch over. So I totally agree. I love the Sony so much. I actually kept the Canon for a couple weeks because I was like, well, I don't know, maybe I will just return the Sony and go back. But I love it so much. I went ahead and sold my Canon on eBay. It is gone. All of the accessories, all of the lenses, I've sold everything. So I'm definitely just a Sony person now. The only thing I will say is the overheating is an issue because I do batch recording. So I don't even know if this is normal. Like, I'll put it in, I put it in the freezer the other day, like right before I recorded, to see if that would help with the overheating. But it didn't really help. It still overheated after like, I think 3 hours. So that is something to be aware of. There was a setting that I was able to change inside of there. So we'll see if that helps. But for the most part, you just need to plan, like, I'm trying to plan my filming. So I do some filming, take a break for lunch so the camera could cool down, I guess, and then do another set of filming after that. So just a little thing you have to plan for. So now what's really interesting is this camera helped me lose 10 pounds in 2 seconds. So I don't even know why the angle or the coloring or something. I swear to God, these pictures, these 2 pictures that you see right here were within like 2 seconds of each other. And for whatever reason, the Sony just looks more complimentary. It has better, it like actually did the contouring for me. It's very odd. I don't even know how that happened. So that's also another reason, but maybe that's the real reason I'm keeping the Sony, just vanity, right? Because it's making me look thinner. All right, I did an unboxing of the Brio box. So it was a really expensive luxury box, $179. It's a little silly to pay that much for a box, but I still bought it. I loved it. I really like the products inside of there. Would I buy another one? Probably not. I think I'm kind of over that. There are other things that I want to get. So, and we've already seen the Brio box. I'm over it. All right. So I was able to increase my BookBub followers by 133 last month by doing a promo. So the whole thing is, if you're an author, you really want a lot of BookBub followers, because as soon as you are able to put out a new book, the list, they like send an email out for you. So it kind of looks like not you pushing out your book. It looks like BookBub is a service like helping to like keep people aware of that. So that's always great. I don't have any books coming up anytime soon, but I did it through Book Sweeps. If you want to look at them, they always have really great deals. Word count, I actually ended up deleting all my words. So I had a really hard time this month with writing, deleting. I was also sick and rewriting. And so I just couldn't make a decision. So it's kind of like, so when we talked last month, just to give you a recap, I signed up for monthly writing coaching, and they were like, maybe you should try theme days, right? Because I have in my Clifton Strengths, which I still think everyone should take. It's like so like life-changing, but focus and discipline are in my top 10, which basically means discipline means I really enjoy having the same routine every day. I honestly thought consistency meant I like having the same routine every day, but that's not true. Consistency means more that you prefer things to be fair. You don't like you believe in karma, that kind of stuff. But discipline is liking the same thing, like an army kind of schedule. And then focus is wanting to only work on one task at a time and not be distracted or be interrupted. And so those were my biggest things. And so she's like, why don't you just try doing days? Like one day you work on this, one day you work on that. So it didn't work. And the reason it didn't work is because I also have Achiever as like my number 3 and my top strength. And Achiever likes to complete tasks. So what was happening was at the end of the day, I wasn't done. Like I was not done with my novel at the end of the day, right? Big surprise, I didn't write a novel in a day. I was not done with Planner 101 at the end of a day. I wasn't done with Planner Academy sales page. And so for me, I really need to finish a task to completion to make me feel like I did something. Otherwise, I kind of feel unsettled. So I tried to half my to-do list, right? Because I was like, maybe I just have too many things. That didn't work either. And so the next solution, I was like, if that doesn't work, I'm going to try seasons. And so last time we talked during my Plan With Me, I said, I'm going to only write this summer and then I'll come back to InDesign in the fall. Well, I'm actually not even going to try that because I feel like I have writer's block. I've like focused. It's almost like when you focus too much on something, like you can't get it done. It's like how they kind of say for romance, like whenever you're looking for love, you're not going to find it. And I kind of feel like that. I'm looking for the next big, like my perfect novel, and I'm not going to find it because I'm like way too invested and focused on it. So I'm taking a break off from writing, which means I'm actually flip-flopping. I know I said everything, I'm going to do everything for you guys in the fall. We're doing everything now. And so I think you guys saw, like I invited you to a live stream for next Monday. I'm just going to do Planner 101 live, and I'll have the rest of the schedule up to you next Tuesday just because I just decided this. But that's where I'm going to put my focus for the summer, for the foreseeable future right now. And then we'll see how it goes. And maybe I'll go back to writing. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do writing part-time at night. I'm just conjecturing right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. But basically, I really had, like, if you want to get into like what really psyched me out, is I kind of had FOMO, like Asian American writing FOMO, because it's never been cool before to be Asian. Ever. And so like all of a sudden, all of these books, all of these movies, like everything is super popular. And I thought, well, maybe I should write something like that, but I've never thought about writing anything like that. And so it really took me a long time to like think of something and kind of try to conceptualize that. And so that's why I'm just going to let things simmer for the summer on the back burner and come to this later. All right. Did I send a newsletter? I sent no newsletters to you guys. I'm sure you know that. I just wasn't in the right mindset or frame of mind, whatever the word is. So I didn't send anything out. And again, like I said, I was really sick. I did attend 3 writing courses. These were really easy. So what Becca does for Write Better Faster is she'll do these concentrations. So if you have a strength in your top 10, she'll go through on how, like, basically how that's like hurting you, and also how you can develop it and make it more of a strength for you. So it like superpowers you up to be more effective in your everyday, whatever, like work or writing. So I did context, which I never really feel like I have context. It's such a weird strength. Learner and input. So for me, basically with learner and input, I do tend to take too many classes and do too much research. I just love collecting data and like knowing all the things. So usually it's the whole point of input though, is that I try to take information so that I can share it later and be helpful to people, which hopefully in theory that comes through sometimes to you guys. I don't know if it always does. And I basically didn't leave the house because I was sick so much. I left for one day. It was Mother's Day, and my friends and I just went out because Ben was with his mom. So my friends and I just went out for afternoon tea together for Mother's Day, and that was it. I am still on a latte withdrawal. It actually is getting a little easier. So for the first time ever, I didn't even notice that. Like usually I like dream about them. I think about them. I fantasize about them. I like longingly pass by Starbucks and I reminisce about how I used to have lattes. But this was like probably the first month ever, the 5th month, where I like didn't think about it in like a wistful way, right? Like, so usually I will get Ben Starbucks for him. Like if I'm driving back, I'll just ask him if he wants something. And it will occur to me like, oh, maybe I could just have a little sip or something. But first time ever, didn't think about it. So if you're something that you're trying to quit, maybe for you, I mean, I think it's different from everybody, but like right around the 5th month mark, I would say things like loosened up. So what surprised me for last month? Nothing new. Like everything was still the same. I think the problem was because I was so sick, I really didn't do anything about it. So I think you need to, in addition to having revelations, you also need to actually think about how you would like to change your behavior to respond to that, right? Like for me, sugar, I was able to get rid of lattes, right? Like, but I'm only able to really honestly do one thing at a time. That's why I only try to do one habit a year. So what I'm doing this month, so like I even had like more ideas. Like I went and made all of these like logos because I was like, I'm going to start a food blog. Wouldn't that really be fun? Because as you know, I can't have sugar, but I can't do honey. So I was like, I'm going to make a whole baked with honey blog, which I'm not doing. But anyway, so I'm just going to do one project at a time. So the one project that I am doing for next month, instead of promising you like 1,000 things that I'm going to do and getting overwhelmed and who knows, like my health is still not like at the level it should be. I am just planning to do Planner 101. That is it. Like if I can get that done for you, that's great. Once I get that done, and like I said, I like to do one thing at a time, check that off the list, then I will move to the next project and then the next one and then the next one after that. So I'm actually, even though this is a Plan With Me video, I'm actually not doing any planning, which I know is kind of weird. So instead, I am just going to work my hardest on whatever particular task is in front of me at that particular moment. So if you have not registered yet, Planner 101 is next Tuesday. It will not be on the YouTube channel, so you do have to subscribe over on Crowdcast. That's where that's going to be next Tuesday at noon. Fingers crossed, I feel good. Everything should go through okay. And the only things I've committed to next month are June 7th, or not next month, it is already June. For this month is I'm taking a baking class with the woman who created Milk Bar, because I put recipes, I don't know if you guys know this, there's recipes in the back of every single cozy mystery that I write. And I just thought, well, maybe I should learn a little bit more about the science of baking and put together some actually better recipes. So that's what I'm doing on June 7th. I think it's like a 5-week course. And you can like, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how she would test it, but you can like bring your like creations and she will critique them or whatever. It's obviously all online, and Milk Bar, if you didn't know that, is in New York. And then also Becca has another class for one of my other top 10 strengths. My number one strength, I don't know if you guys know, is consistency. So that class takes place next week. And then June 20th is my birthday. I'm turning 47. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably nothing. I'm not like a big birthday kind of person. I don't think I've even thrown a party for myself in years. So that is everything going on for me. Oh, you guys are here. Freeman family. Hi, June. First time in your chat. Awesome. Chrissy, what is the reason you don't set goals again? Oh, I don't set goals only because they're like, I find them not self-defeating. I don't find them motivating. Like I find them like very stressful and they cause me a lot of anxiety versus just having projects actually motivates me and gets me excited to like do things. My daughter got me the Emma Chamberlain planner for Christmas. I use it as a journal as I have several other planners, right? Yeah, we all have several other planners. I'm glad you were honest about Archer and Olive. It's so expensive. I get that she's a small business and that she has fans, but that shouldn't frighten. Give me your honest opinion. Aw, thanks, Chrissy. Chrissy, keeping honest, there are plenty of other YouTubers that can fangirl for free planner stuff, but it's hard to find people who are objective. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of people where I'm like, do you really like that? You sound kind of like a little over the top. Janice, I'm a Gemini too. Awesome. You know, Janice, I don't even know if I'm really a Gemini. So I always put this disclaimer out there. I am adopted. So I was actually abandoned in Korea. So the paperwork, which may or may not be true, has all these false dates on them. So people just made up a date. Like when my parents adopted me, they were like, you can just pick any date you want as the birthday. Like nobody cares when you're adopted. So because there were no hospital records. So I could be a Gemini. I don't know. Or maybe I could be something else. Nobody knows what my true age is or when I was born. So it's a mystery. Anyways, thank you guys for showing up. I know that it is super sticker. Awesome. I know that it was a miracle. Like I said, if you're here, it's Friday on an afternoon. I didn't plan this. Hopefully I will start feeling better. I'm going back to the doctor on Monday. Not for that. I actually also have an ACL tear injury. I know it's like one thing after another, like it's all coming at the same time, which is fine though, because I am not a summer person. I'm a winter person. So in the winter, I hibernate anyway. I know somebody else is like, oh, that's too bad because it's summer. I'm like, doesn't matter. I'm not a summer person, so I'm not going out. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully I will see some of you guys next Tuesday for Planner 101. And I hope everyone's having a great day and you have great plans for the weekend. And I'll talk to you guys later.